Just the injuries. Brandon Bryant, he went out with a rib, and Brian Winters went out with a shoulder. Both those guys we're going to have to evaluate tomorrow and just kind of see where that is.
I know Brian was kind of ruled out right away. Was that because of the severity of the injury or because the starters were just coming?
I think that they knew. Oh, you're talking about Winters?
Yeah, Winters, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they were going to take him in, and we were going to keep him in after I don't even know how many plays we had, but that was kind of the plan, to go a series and then get him out.
Adam, how did you feel about the first team out?
I love the tempo they played with. Sam did a good job extending plays on third down. Guys were in the right spot. Communication was good. Thought the pocket looked good. It was fun calling it.
If you disregard the score, what do you take out positive that your team did?
The first offense, thought they operated the way that we had been talking about. It's not always easy to get that drive like you would in a game because we're kind of capped on the amount of plays that we're doing per period. So they might get 6, and we're just doing a move the ball, and then we'll stop at 6. Where they got to feel like the end result of the play, of the series. And, the defense, getting a 3 and out, and really that's kind of what we were hoping for. I wasn't really looking to really grind those guys through anything. Just kind of wanted those guys to hear Greg call it, the communication, things like that. And, through the rest of the game, there's a lot of good stuff with some of the young guys. There's a lot of stuff we got to improve on, though.
Adam, how concerned are you with Catanzaro, and would you consider at least adding a kicker?
Yeah, I mean, when we watch the film, that's gonna help us evaluate it. I know one of the operations, it wasn't as clean as what we're really had been doing in practice. So we just got to look at kind of what's going on, look at the whole operation, just make sure everybody's doing their part.
Is there a downside, though? I mean, I know you're talking about older and such, but is there a downside bringing in another guy just at least to push him a little bit?
I don't think there's ever a downside to creating competition. I think where we're at right now, going through the spring, and then there's some really good moments where there's been consistency there. We just need to kind of get back to our rhythm with, snapper, holder, kicker.
Jameson, what do you think he's going to be able to do for us?
Well, anytime you have a slot that can get open versus man-to-man like he can, but then he just has great awareness in zones. He fits in this offense well. He can do all the things that you need him to do, and he has something about him. He's a veteran player that just knows how to get it done, for the quarterback.
Was there anything that I know obviously you have to watch the film, was there anything you stood that maybe you would have liked to have done better on that first drive? I mean, obviously it looked pretty.
I have to look at it. I mean, when you scored, in your mind, you kind of feel like everything was perfect, but I'm sure there's going to be about, 10 to 12 things that we'll pick apart.
What was the thought on not playing maybe?
Yeah, I mean, he's taken a lot of hits over his career. The way he's been practicing, that has really been the important part for us, is making sure that he's in the kind of game shape he needs to be in, which I feel like you guys have all witnessed that he looks pretty good and he's in good shape. And, there'll be a time and a place that we'll get him in a live game. We're just talking through it, and we're going to take it week to week and kind of come to a consensus at the end of the week before we play a game.
How encouraged were you today about how Trevor played?
It was. I want to say that I expected that. I mean, he's been good. The entire training camp. It's different when it's live. When he can escape the pocket and they got to actually bring him down. He can extend plays. He's really good in the huddle. He calms all the rest of those guys down when they get in the game. He just knows how to operate really well as a quarterback.
On challenging the pass interference, just the thought there and in a greater scope, how much of an impact do you think that rule now is going to have?
That's interesting. We're just going to keep working through it. I'm sure, there'll be mistakes made, along the way where it's kind of like, should we have challenged that? Should we have not have? You're trying to go off of kind of the way that we've been explained over the years of the whole DPI, OPI. So, that seemed like the right time, and we all felt good about it, and then we got the result we wanted.
There was a good call on the 4th and 1 touchdown from Simeon to Eli. Would you like to keep that kind of play in your pocket since it is a practice game and it wasn't kind of a creative play?
No, I mean, that's something that we've run, I mean, most of the plays that every team runs, I mean, you've seen them before, I don't know. I guess it didn't bother me to call that one.
Are you in favor of that reviewable DPI now? Like, I guess as an offensive-minded guy, do you like the ability to do that?
When it works like that, sure.
I know you're focused on your side of things, but what did you make of Daniel Jones and the run he got for them?
Yeah, I mean, I just saw a couple completions. Thought the touchdown pass was nice. Benny Fowler caught it. So.
You've seen Sam obviously for months now, but just to be in a game situation on the sideline, and you mentioned him kind of extending the plays a couple times. Just how excited are you, encouraged by what you saw tonight from him?
Very. His sideline demeanor and his on the field demeanor, they're awesome. I mean, he is calm. I thought just watching him on the field, he'd relay the call in, get the guys lined up. He was just flatlined, and then he played fast. So that was, just getting the calls to him as fast as possible so he could go to work.
Did you like the way that you guys communicated both? I mean, obviously you only played one series, but on the sideline and in between plays, weren't you? That kind of
Yeah, I mean, it was good. Everything went smooth as far as that aspect with just getting everything in, no trouble with communication where he didn't understand what I was saying. And then when he came back, he was able to just kind of regurgitate to the drive and, let me know what he saw.
Quincy was fine after that scare Tuesday.
Yeah, he's good.
Would you see George both as a returner and as a receiver?
I thought the one return was nice. Obviously, you can see he is fearless. He's gonna stick his face in the fan and usually make somebody miss and get vertical and get as many yards there as if we have any kind of crease, he's going to get as many yards as he can. And I thought some receiver, there's some things that we got to clean up. It's the first time they're seeing a little bit different structure of a defense. So we can talk about it, but I mean, we were doing walkthroughs as far as going what they were doing on their defense. So, some of the stuff we have a lot to learn still.
Why no McClendon?
How old is he? How old is he?
33.
He's our only guy over 30, right? I think so. I was just giving him
His arrest.
yeah.
Thank you, guys.
You always have the smelling salts before you eat?
We're going to have Sam